I will begin by showing you the ingredients that we will be using in this chapati recipe. The first ingredient is butternut or pumpkin. So make sure you've boiled the butternut or pumpkin until they're soft and easy to mash. The other ingredient is wheat flour. We're going to use 4 cups of wheat flour. Then we will need some sugar and salt to taste, and of course blueband. And finally, the other ingredient that we will need is vegetable cooking oil. For the blueband, it's not a must for you to use blueband. You can use any butter that is close to you, or the one that you always prefer using every other time in your normal or in your daily household. Once you have mixed the salt, sugar, and wheat flour together, and that you're satisfied that they are well distributed, or rather evenly distributed, you will come in with your boiled butternut or pumpkin, for those that are using pumpkin, and continue mixing all the ingredients together. You will continue mixing until you feel that there are no whole lumps, especially of the butternut or pumpkin. Make sure they have really broken down into very tiny pieces, if not smooth to the extent that you don't feel them, and they are well mixed in the dough. One thing to note is that I did not use any water in this dough. This is because the amount or the quantity of the wheat flour that I was using was not that much, and we all know that the water content in any boiled butternut or pumpkin is always very high. So for that reason, I didn't have to add any water into this dough, because the water in the butternut was enough. In case you are going to be needing more flour, then you might need to add some water, but make sure that you do not put a lot of water that will make you need way more flour. The other thing that I added at this particular stage before everything was mixed was a scoop of blueband. So I added a scoop of blueband and continued. To note is I ended up adding more wheat flour. This is because the water content in the butternut was too much for the quantity of wheat flour that I had put. So the 4 cups were not enough. I ended up adding an extra amount of wheat flour just by using my hands. You can always use your hands, and you can always tell the amount that you will need to make it even, such that the dough is not too hard, neither is it too soft. Also, I added 3 tablespoons of vegetable cooking oil and continued kneading the flour until it was soft and smooth and consistent. So you will continue kneading your flour until it gets off your hands. I ended up transferring the dough onto a counter space, a clean counter space. I always wipe my counter spaces before starting any cooking, because sometimes I know that I will use the counter spaces or surfaces. So I transferred the dough onto a counter space and continued kneading it. You will note that I poured some wheat flour and also some vegetable cooking oil on the surface. This is because it helps the dough not to stick onto the working space. So that is the reason as to why I poured some dough and some vegetable cooking oil on it, so that it can help it not to stick on the counter space. Once it has attained the right consistency, just like you've seen in the video, you will now stretch it out to form kinda a thick stick. I'm not sure, just like you can see, you stretch it out and then cut it into sizable balls, preferably the size of the chapatis that you would want. So I will cut it into sizes just as shown in the video. Once you have cut into the size of the balls that you would want, you will now put some flour on the working station or your counter space, whichever area that you're working on. Roll out the dough just like I'm doing. Do not worry about this, the size or shape of that dough that you've rolled out. So once you've rolled it, pour some oil, not a lot, like less than a quarter, just minimal amount of oil, and then spread it. Once you've spread it around the circle that you formed, you cut from the center. You form something like a radius, if that makes sense. In mathematics, back in primary school, a radius from the center of the circle that you've just made, then roll it out all the way around to form a cone-like shape, just as you can see, and then you stretch it out and fill it on the upper side, just like I'm doing. Once you have a perfect cone looking like dough, you press it from the top to the bottom, just like I'm doing in the video, and then there you have your perfect ball. So we can do another one just with you so that you see. Just follow what I'm saying and you will actually have a good one, or even a better one than mine. So what you do, once, remember we had cut them into initial balls. So that ball, try and roll it out, roll it to make it a little bit smooth, because I know it's not smooth. So you roll it in your hands, try and make it smooth. Pour some wheat flour on your working station, spread it out using your rolling stick, just like I am doing, and then you pour some cooking oil, not a lot, just a little amount of the cooking of the vegetable cooking oil, and spread it across your rolled out dough, just like I am doing. Once you are okay that you've spread it evenly, using your spoon or even a knife, if you do not want to use a spoon, cut a radius from the center of that circle to any side, as long as it's to the outside of the circle. You can start from the sideways, from the middle downwards, whichever direction. But once you've cut it, you roll it out in a circular way until the dough, you get to the end of the dough. Then you pull that aside, like the one I've just shown you. Then you try and tuck it in at the base until you form a perfect cone-like shape, and then you press it downwards to form this kind of ball. You see, it's far much better, and it will give us perfect circle, not perfect, but a better circle compared to the initial balls. So you will continue doing the same for all the balls that you have made, and then now we can get into the next step once you have done that. Sunrise, everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright. Or a good looking shape, and the color of the butternut was so evident in the dough. So that is what you expect to see if you do it right. So we will begin now rolling the small balls into circular like dough. Make sure it is not so thin, and at the same time make sure that it's also not so thick. When it is too thick, sometimes the chapati tend not to cook very well on the inside, and when it is too thin also, it might be, the chapati might be hard when it's cooked, so that it's hard like a biscuit. See, that's the way you cut a biscuit. Yeah, when it's too thick, it will not cook on the inside, and when it's too thin, it will again be hard. So my apologies, I couldn't record both sides where I'm rolling out the dough and where I am cooking the chapatis on the pan. This is because I didn't have anyone to help me at that particular time in recording. So you will now see this other side. After rolling out from the other side, I was bringing them to this side where you're seeing right now at the pan. So I will cook and put them in the hot pot over there. So the thing that you need to note is, number one, before you put your chapatis in the hot pot, make sure you line the hot pot or the dish, whichever part that you're putting your cooked chapatis. Make sure you line it with a clean kitchen towel or a paper towel. Sometimes other people call it paper towels. Or if you do not have a kitchen towel or the paper towel stroke kitchen towel, you can use a serviette. Make sure that you line something on that dish or hot pot. This is because the heat that comes with the chapatis straight from the pan may cause the chapatis to be soggy, and I know that you wouldn't want to take some soggy chapatis. First of all, they don't look good. The touch, the feel is not good. So we always make sure that we line the dish or hot pot with a paper towel or a serviette to make sure that the chapatis do not become soggy. So try this recipe out and let me know how it turns out. And kindly don't forget to give your comment or your feedback in the comment section down below. So let's see how they turn out, and remember to subscribe if you've not subscribed, share, like, and come back for more content.